crowds again watch the San Francisco 49ers at home and on the road. And new head coach Red Hickey, little chance of getting out of the National Football League cellar. But Hickey and the 49ers came up with a season of thrills and victories beyond expectation. The 49ers are in white uniforms at Detroit, and Captain Y.A. Tittle won the toss, so he elects to receive. Jim Martin kicks off for Detroit. To a newcomer to the San Francisco 49ers, speedster Lenny Lyles, whom Red Hickey acquired from the Baltimore Colts. Now watch him romp. 15, 20, 25, 30, up to the 32-yard line, where it's 1st and 10. And Tittle calls on J.D. Smith, number 24, behind Conley's block. And he moves past the midfield stripe. Gets another block here by John Thomas and picks up a 40-yard gain. Now Tittle sends Joe Perry the other way. And number 77, Bruce Bosley, leads the way. As Joe scampers for 12 yards to the Detroit 17. A quick toss out this time to J.D. Smith, a block by John Thomas on the 15, and J.D. scores for San Francisco. Tommy Davis conversion, it's a 7-0 ball game. First play of the second quarter, 1st and 10 on the Detroit 37. Tittle back looking for Clyde Connor, his left end. Connor grabs it and speeds in to score. Again, Davis converts, and the 49ers lead Detroit 14-0. The Lions give up the ball on San Francisco's 38-yard line. And here, once again, it's the veteran Joe Perry behind Bruce Bosley. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Can he get past this last man? But he trips over him and goes down on the 22-yard line. Now on 4th down, the 49ers must try a field goal. And so from 13 yards out, here is Tommy Davis. And the rookie roots it through for another 3 points, as the scoreboard shows the 49ers leading 17-0. Near the end of the half, San Francisco on Detroit's 34. Tittle to Billy Wilson, all by himself. He hurdles to the 17-yard line. Time running out now, so they must attempt another field goal, this time from the 22. This one is good, too. And at halftime, the 49ers lead Detroit by a score of 20-0. The Lions scored in the second half, and it's a 20-7 ball game as we pick up the action and show you defensive play of the 49ers. Baker and Osborne banging down John Henry Johnson. And now Osborne causes a fumble as he hits John Henry. The ball picked up by Matt Hazeltine, and the linebacker gets a thrill of his life as he goes in to score for San Francisco. Scoreboard now reads San Francisco 27, Detroit 7. It's the 4th quarter now, and the Lions have the ball at their own 10-yard line. Tobin Rote, number 18, is the quarterback. He wants to throw to get back in the ball game. He aims for Cassidy, but Hopalong can't get to it. It's incomplete. And a fan picks the ball up. Now Detroit with Earl Morrill at quarterback on the 27. Watch the former 49er throw to Ken Webb. The speedster is off to the races. Woodson, number 40, is after him. He gets him at the 49ers' 7-yard line. A 66-yard pass run, and the fans love it. A play later, they have to call on the former Notre Dame All-American, Nick Pietrosani, and he just does make it. The conversion was no good, and the 49ers lead 27-13. Late in the 4th quarter, watch the rush on Earl Morrill by Leo Namalini, by Jerry Tubbs, Ed Hankey, causing Morrill to fumble. After it is Bob Harrison. He gets it for a recovered fumble on Detroit's 34-yard line. It's 1st and 10 there for the San Francisco 49ers. And again, it's Joe Perry inside Bosley's block, going to the 22-yard line. Again with Bruce Bosley leading the way. Perry runs through tackles and gets to the Detroit 1-yard line. Then it's wedge blocking and up over the top, J.D. Smith for the score. San Francisco defeating Detroit 34-13. It isn't too often that you'll find a George Halas coached Chicago Bear team that has won only 25% of their league games, but that was a situation when the monsters of the Midway came in to Kezar Stadium to battle the league-leading San Francisco 49ers. Coach Red Hickey just hoped that the Bears were in hibernation and would stay there until the end of the afternoon. And now action with the kickoff by Joe Avini. And waiting for it, Abe Woodson at the 10, 15, 20. Sideways now, hemmed in, starts to reverse his field. It turns out to be a mistake. And Abe is thrown out of the 4-yard line. On that play, referee Red Pace was upended, and the game was delayed a few minutes until he could regain his composure. Boy, who says the life of a referee is an easy one? All right, Davis here to punt for the 49ers now. And waiting for it is Richie Pettibone. And he is tackled by Gonzaga and Thomas. Now it's Willie Gallimore for 2 yards. Ed Hankey, number 75, gets him. The Bears in white, the 49ers in their home uniforms. Brown to pass this time to big end Bill McCall to the 21-yard line where Eddie Dove makes the tackle. 4th down, the 49ers held, so Avini to try a 27-yard field goal. It's good, and the Bears lead the 49ers 3-0. It's in the second quarter. San Francisco on the Chicago 45. Conley again leading the way for Joe Perry. And Joe gallops for 16 big yards to the Bear 28-yard line. Now it's number 26, Lenny Lyles, at left tackle for 3 yards. Tittle throws a short hitch pass to Billy Wilson, and it's good for a 5-yard gain. Once again, Joe Perry behind Lyles' initial block and Conley's downfield block, and a 7-yard pickup for the Jets. Now watch our Falstaff Zoom-R lens. Lenny Lyles on an end run. A block by Thomas Bosley. The speedster cuts in, and he scores for San Francisco. With Davis' conversion, the 49ers lead at 7-3. In the third quarter, Tommy Davis kicking off. Just the way Hickey likes him. Right out of the end zone, touchback. 1st and 10 on the 20, and big Rick Caceres pounding for 9 yards before Jerry Tubbs makes the tackle. Now Brown faking beautifully. Passes to Jack Morris. He's hit by Baker after a 21-yard gain. A quick toss out to Caceres this time, and a big guy bowls his way for 10 more yards. Watch him drive. Now a beautiful play against a Red Dog. A quick screen to Willie the Wisp Gallimore, and he literally runs away from everybody, friends and foe alike, for a 35-yard touchdown gallop. With the Avini's conversion, it's all tied up at 10-10 as the third quarter ends. In the fourth quarter, the 49ers lead 13-10 on a Davis field goal, and Tommy kicks off here to Jack Morris, playing ring around the goalpost and footsies, picks it up, and scampers back now to the 18-yard line. Henry Schmidt and Johnny Wittenborn got him. Brown with a quick look-in pass to Harlan Hill, and the speedster moves for 30 yards for the Chicago Bears. Mertens making the tackle. Now Brown calling on a rookie end, Willie Duvall. Number 88. He's got it. Moving to the 49er 30-yard line. As with 2 minutes left, the Bears fight back. Brown now to his outside favorite receiver, Jim Dooley. There he is. He's got it. A Bear touchdown. And Chicago takes the lead, 17-13, about a minute and 50 seconds left. Shades of 1957. The stage set for another cliffhanger as Avini kicks off. And no return here. Abe Woodson has to go out of the end zone. A minute 50 left as coaches Bill Johnson and Mark Duncan confer with Jack Christensen and Bob Shaw in the press box. 1st and 10 on the 20, and here's the play. Tittle rolling out to the right. Beautiful fake, then firing crossfield backward to Lenny Lyles on the 15. Downfield block by Bruce Bosley. Lyles upended by Barnes on the 38-yard line. A minute 27 left now as 2 passes were incomplete. Here's a key third down play. Tittle to his favorite receiver, Billy Wilson. Billy trying to get out of bounds to stop the clock. Leaps over the bench at the Bear 46. Now Tittle on a key play. Rolling to the right. Faking the run. Coming up almost the line of scrimmage and arching the ball in the air to R.C. Owens up for a touchdown with a minute remaining. Too fast for you? Well, let's call in our Falstaff slow motion camera to show you that play in detail. Tittle, the protection from number 34 Perry and 53 Borsey, rolls out to the right, faking a run, He knows exactly where the line of scrimmage is. Now he arches the ball to Arciones behind Barnes and Caroline. RC goes up. He's got it. The alley-oop scores again for San Francisco. 49ers win 20-17, and now timeout for Falstaff's Old Pro. The 49ers at the Los Angeles Coliseum before 94,000 fans who couldn't believe San Francisco's stunning 34-0 upset over the Rams at Kezar a few Sundays before. So the 49ers out to prove it was no fluke. Taking over here, 1st and 10 on their own 17. Tittle to pass, looking to Billy Wilson with a diving catch at the 33. Now another veteran, Joe Perry, turning the corner here with a nice block at the 30, 35, 40, out of bounds with Les Richter making the tackle. Now classic deception. Tittle rolling out, faking the run, draws up the defensive halfback, finds Wilson behind him, hits Billy in full stride. Clendon Thomas after him. Billy going in to score for San Francisco. Now let's call it our Falstaff slow motion camera again and pick up the tails of that play. Tittle with a rollout, knowing exactly where the line of scrimmage is. Coming up to it, faking the run, getting by Lamar Lundy, then passing to Billy Wilson. Billy running away from a Ram speedster, Clendon Thomas. Great teamwork between these two old pros. 56-yard touchdown makes it 49ers 7-0. Tommy Davis now to punt. Waiting for it is Ollie Matson. Waiting for Ollie is number 66, John Wittenborn. Watch the tackle. And a fumble recovered by Jerry Tubbs on the 36. From there, it's J.D. Smith at left guard for 8 yards. Now at the 25, Tittle to left end, Clyde Connor for 11 more yards. The quarter ends with a scoreboard reading 7-0 in favor of San Francisco. Now on the Ram 14-yard line. J.D. Smith for 4 tough yards. A play later, he leaps over the piles for a 49er touchdown. And San Francisco leads 14-0. A few minutes later, the 49ers recovered a fumble. Tommy Davis kicked the field goal, and that added 3 points to the 49er total. Out of the hole to Brody. It's good. The Rams got a field goal also from Michaels, and that makes the score now 17-3 as the third quarter starts. The Rams recover a 49er fumble and send in quarterback Frank Ryan to direct the T formation. Frank now looking to the left for left end. Del Schaffner on a look-in pass. Good for 13 yards. Now watch the great Ollie Matson get through that line of scrimmage. Change direction. Now in high gear to the 40. Chased by number 44, Eddie Dove. Will Eddie get him? He does at the 17. First down and 10 to go. Touchdown, Tommy Wilson carrying. A 5-yard pickup stopped by Carl Rupke, number 52. Now running Frank Ryan on a rollout to the right. Moving for 11 yards, getting close down to the 1-yard line. From there, Matson bangs it over. With the conversion, the Rams are back in the ball game, trailing 17-10. Now get set for the biggest 49er play of the year. This kickoff to Abe Woodson, waiting 5 yards deep. Lenny Lyles in front of him. Here comes Abe out of the end zone to the 5, to the 10, 15, 20, cutting back at the 25, the 30-yard line, 35, 40, 45, midfield, into Ram territory. Frankhauser dives, and Woodson goes all the way, 105 yards to score. The longest kickoff return of 1959, and only one man, Hoagie Carmichael, has ever run one back more at 106 yards. Now let's relive that moment with Falstaff slow motion camera. Lyles blocks at the 10. More blocks at the 15. Close to the sidelines. He didn't go out, though, at the 20 now, the 25. Some fancy footwork on the linebacker there. Now to the 30, and another downfield block. Just setting Frankhauser off stride as the defensive speedster tries to catch Abe Woodson. His last gasp doesn't make it. And Abe, convoyed by Lenny Lyles, who threw an initial block, goes in to score. 105 yards, one of the plays that made Abe an all-pro for the San Francisco 49ers in the National Football League. 24-10 is now the score. In the fourth quarter, Frank Ryan directing the tee for the Rams. Looks for giant inside end, Leon Clark. And Big Leon moves to the 27-yard line. This time, Ryan has to throw to his safety valve. His fullback, Joe Marconi, and the rugged fullback, a tough man to bring down, battles his way inside the 15. Again, he calls for Marconi up the middle. And a first down at the 8. Now, Frank Ryan running again. Cuts back in. Slashes through for a Ram score. Leo Nomalini blocked the conversion try, and the 49ers won 24-16. One of the few times in recent memory. Injuries mount up on a rugged 4-week road trip as the 49ers move into snowbound Cleveland Municipal Stadium to take on the Browns with their #1 quarterback, Y.A. Tittle, in a San Francisco hospital with an injured knee. John Brody is called on to take over the helm of the club. But with a growing amount of walking injured, the 49ers are big underdogs because the Browns are expected to stay in the race here for the Eastern Conference crown. Midway in the first quarter, Jim Schaffner punting. It's a beauty, and it goes out of bounds on the 49er 11-yard line. Now a disastrous break. J.D. Smith fumbles. Galen Fisk picks up the ball, tries to go in to score, does get to the 1-yard line. And there it's easy for Jim Brown to jar across for the score. And the scoreboard shows the Cleveland Browns leading the 49ers 7-0. Now in the second quarter, John Brody showing fine direction and good throwing. Dropping back, faking, and then throwing this screen to J.D. Smith, who gets a block from Conley and Perry and Dugan and moves to the Cleveland 44-yard line. Brody this time selects his slot man to the left, R.C. Owens. R.C. grabs it and then leaps the 20-yard line. Now perfect teamwork between Brody and Wilson as John threads the needle to Billy Wilson, sliding in the hole for a score in the end zone. With Davis' conversion, it's tied up at 7-7. After the kickoff, defensive play pays off. Watch the rush on Plum as Kruger hits him, causes him to fumble, and Nomalini recovers. But when Brody is rushed, a heads-up play here as he and J.D. improvise. Smith grabs the ball, picks up downfield blocking from Frank Morsey, and watch J.D. now gallop for 20 yards. J.D. had a great day against Cleveland, carried over 20 times, and the 49ers lead 14-7. Tommy Davis to kick off. Waiting is the speedster of the Browns, Bobby Mitchell. On the 5-yard line. A good return. Dave Baker grabs him, along with Harrison and Rupke. Now, a Plum pass. Watch this great defensive play by Jerry Tubbs, a diving interception. Then he gets up, gets a block from Mertens, reverses his field like a halfback, and moves all the way to the 31-yard line. Brody now ready to pass to Wilson. Watch this comeback outside, deliberately underthrown to get under those defensive halfbacks. Now a Red Hickey special. Inside handoff to slot man McElhaney. Great blocking and a score. 13 yards for Mack and a touchdown. The 49ers lead at 21-7. They almost score again late in the second quarter. Plum is rushed by Leo Nomalini. Watch the line, number 73. Milk gets away, fires in desperation. Tubbs almost intercepts in the clear. The time running out on the half. Groza with a 33-yard field goal for the Browns. And the score at halftime. San Francisco 21 and Cleveland 10. Groza added another field goal in the fourth quarter to make it 21-13. And the Browns threaten again. Milt Plum directing the tee. Getting plenty of protection as 49er linebackers drop off. Looking, then hitting. Preston Carpenter on the ground at the 6-yard line. Now the runners. Bobby Mitchell around the left side, slithering for 3 yards. And Brown punching in to score. Groza's conversion made it 21-20, but the 49ers hung on in a thrilling finish to upset the Cleveland Browns. Lineman Gino Marchetti, product of the University of San Francisco. Now the action with the Colts in white and Mike Sommer in the first quarter getting 5 yards. Johnny Unitas faking once, Now with great protection again to Lenny Moore for 14 yards. Mertens tackles on the 22. Watch Unitas now fake the spot. Then hit the swing man Amici. He fumbled, but it's after the whistle. Again, the great faking Unitas to the right, then to the left to his favorite target. There is Ray Berry. Touchdown, Colts. Steve Myra converts, and Baltimore leads 7-0. Henry Smith, the trainer, offers some aid to defensive star Charlie Kruger, but Charlie ruggedly waves him off. In the second quarter, 49er drive starting here. J.D. Smith battling for yardage for 8 big ones. Now, a tough break. John Brody back to pass. His pass deflected into the arms of Milt Davis. At the 43, up and running into 49er territory. Getting blocking, shaking off tacklers, cutting back. Now to the 20 with a big white shirt convoy. And all the way for a touchdown. Now let's see in slow motion this play once again on our Falstaff camera. Brody looks to the left. Ball deflected. Davis on his knees at the 43. Now convoyed by number 17, Ray Brown, 36, Pellington. Johnny Gonzaga, 76, after him. Just misses. Bob St. Clair, gimpy, with a bad ankle, is easily outmaneuvered. Now the rest of the white shirts. As Davis goes past Perry and goes in to score. 57 yards. The Colts, the top interceptors, and they lead 14-0 over San Francisco. Steve Myra now to kick off to Abe Woodson. Abe hopes for another long one as he comes out from 5 yards deep. To the 10, but only to the 15. Now it's J.D. Smith, always hustling, always trying, banging his way for 5 yards. Again, a quick toss to the left. And a beautiful weaving run of 14. Now watch a great play in slow motion as J.D. Smith fights out from a pileup and goes 66 yards, outracing Odell Brazzi. He's to the 40, 45, 30. Milt Davis is after him, but Milt pulls a muscle, and J.D. runs away for a big 66-yard touchdown gallop. And our field camera now showing what it would be like to try to catch J.D. Smith. No chance. He became one of the few men in National Football League history to gain over 1,000 yards in one season. Now with the score, 14-7. Johnny Unitas to Jim Mutchler. Again, this time to Ray Berry with a great catch. But Unitas can also run as he looks a couple of times here, sees no receiver open, and gallops it in for another Colt score. Bob St. Clair blocked the conversion attempt, and it's 20-7, Baltimore leading. Third quarter nears an end. A hobbling Wyatt Tittle is in the game now. He throws to R.C. Owens with a great catch for 21 yards. Tittle this time, the number 87, Fred Dugan. And Fred with a fine catch for 12 yards as the third period comes to a close. With the 49ers still very much in the ball game against the champions, 20-7. And now a great play. Tittle to another of his veteran teammates. Hugh McElhaney, the slot man, over center. And McElhaney scores for San Francisco, and they're right in that ball game. Now let's watch it again in slow motion. Watch the finesse and faking of McElhaney as he eludes Ray Brown, number 17. In, out of his grasp. And a touchdown. Davis converted. 49ers in that ball game, 20-14. Now Baltimore shows why they're great champions, though, as Unitas comes back with a pass to Mutchler for an 8-yard gain. Lenny Moore carries this time, and he gets 4 yards. Now Unitas to his great receiver, Ray Berry. Watch this catch. Touchdown, Baltimore. And that just about iced it as Myra made it 27-14. The Colts went on from this ball game to win once again the National Football League championship. So the 49ers deserve a lot of credit for the tremendous battle they gave the Colts in this final game of the season, as Baltimore won 34-14. Here are some of the 49ers stars and veterans, rookies and old-timers who made it a great year. Eddie Dove of Colorado, Dave Baker of Oklahoma, Jerry Merton, second-year defensive man, Matt Hazeltine, one of the top linebackers in the league, veteran Bob St. Clair, All-Pro Leo, the Lion Nama, great Billy Wilson, and the bald eagle, Yelverton Abraham Tittle, Hugh McElhaney, quarterback John Brody, fine offensive guard blocker Ted Conley, and J.D. Smith, who gained over 1,000 yards. Joe the Jet Perry, still effective. And other 49ers who added to the tremendous team performance were Jim Ridlon, rookie Monty Clark, Dick Magel, and Bill Hirschman. Many of these stars will be back next season. You know, present season ticket holders have a chance to renew their present seat locations, while those of you who haven't purchased season tickets in the past may do so, thus ensuring yourself of a ticket for each thrilling game. For season tickets, write or call the San Francisco 49ers, 760 Market Street, San Francisco, California. And here are the important men for next year's plans. Pappy Waldorf, Director of Personnel, on the right. Head coach Red Hickey on the left. Both did a great job in 1959. And now this is your Falstaff sportcaster, Bob Founts, wrapping up the 1959 49er highlight film, reminding you that the Falstaff Brewing Corporation, brewers of America's premium quality beer, will again bring you the 49er games on the Golden West Radio and CBS television networks next fall. Tune in with Falstaff and enjoy every play throughout the 1960 season. This has been another special Falstaff Sports presentation.